in class, this girl would call me connect the dots. When I felt like something wasn't working no more, I just stopped.
If I feel like it's working and it's worked, I stop.
I just felt like people would not look at me for me. They would look at me like and see the bumps on my face. I have acne. It takes down your self-esteem. Proactive was the worst. It was probably purging.
It was, bro, that wasn't no purge.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of
Fahtrew.
I'm your host Meek, and this is
Shaitan.
And today we're gonna be talking about skin. Okay, so what age did you first start having acne?
I think I first started having acne in, I want to say like the 8th or 9th grade, because I do remember going into high school with pretty good skin. And then somewhere along the line, things got a little bit hormonal. So I started having really bad outbreaks sometime in high school, probably when I was like 14.
14?
Yeah, like 14, 15, I would say.
That's like the average age.
Yeah. When did you start having acne problems?
Well, I actually started a little younger than you. I started in 6th grade. And so whatever age that is, I think you're like 12.
Yeah, that's really young.
Like 11, 12, maybe 13. I don't know. But I started like 11, 12.
Why do you think you started so early having acne? I think that's pretty early.
I think I started so young because I think it was hereditary. So my father had like acne, or he had bad skin when he was younger.
Mm-hmm.
So it just like transferred down to me. And you know, I looked just like him. So
So was it just you, or was it you and your sister who went like that?
just me.
At an early age.
It was just me.
Oh, and your mom has any history of acne?
No.
Or whatsoever? No.
It was just me, the oddball out.
Yeah, that's just the genetics lottery sometimes.
So how did having acne make you feel?
So I feel like my acne journey was kind of tumultuous because it would happen like I would have these flare-ups, go to the doctor, and the treatment would work for a few months, and then I just got too comfortable. Like after a while, I'm just not sticking to a nightly routine.
Don't get too comfortable.
So, okay.
Then I get too comfortable.
Okay. But I think I just not was consistent. So, like I said, I would have these flare-ups, and it would be sometimes I would have really good skin, and then other times you would tell when I stopped using my medication or I just wasn't consistent in my routine. And I feel like my self-esteem would go up and down with like the flare-ups.
You know what's crazy? I actually did the same thing. When I felt like something wasn't working no more, I just stopped. But
Yeah.
you know, consistency is key.
I don't think I felt like it wasn't working anymore. I think I'm really the opposite. If I feel like it's working and it's worked, I stop. Because it's like, okay, well, I have good skin now. What's the point? But now that I'm older and understanding, that's not like how you're supposed to treat your like treatments. You have to have like a consistent routine just to maintain the good, decent skin that you have. And I just wasn't doing that. So my self-esteem, like I said, would go up and down whenever I have my flare-ups. And then if my skin was going back good, then I would obviously feel way much better about myself. And then I think something along with like an insecurity that my acne brought out was the fact that I felt like I looked like a boy. Like I don't know.
Look like a boy.
I felt like I looked so much like my older brother, Donovan. And I hated just looking like him because he's a guy. So I felt like my acne, like the flare-ups, and I had like the glasses, and I had like short hair because I had just cut my hair to go natural. I felt like I just looked so much like a boy sometimes. And that really, really irritates me. So that's another feeling that I remember having in high school when I was suffering with like my acne.
That's so real.
So how did it make you feel?
How did it make me feel? I actually felt like my self-esteem was down for a long time. I remember in middle school, like I was the only person who had acne back then, especially in 6th grade. And so I don't know, like I just felt like people would not look at me for me. They would look at me like and see the bumps on my face. And no, I remember one time in class, this girl would call me connect the dots.
Oh my God!
I literally just ate that. I really ate that. I was like, all right, girl, you got that one. But that was just so, it was just so demeaning.
What grade were you in when she said that?
I was in 7th when she said that.
That's mean.
But no, overall, having acne, it really does, it takes down your self-esteem.
Yeah.
But now, like now that my skin is clearing up, I feel good. Like I feel good. I feel like you can't even tell I used to have like really bad acne.
Yes, your skin has definitely came a long way, and so has mine. Even as an adult, I was still battling like outbreaks, especially around like my time a month. That was really like the main kicker for like one of the reasons why I would have these outbreaks, because around my like cycle time, I always like broke out. So even as an adult, currently I'm still battling like acne and outbreaks and just cysts and pimples on my skin here and there. So I think it's safe to say that it's a journey that we all like, well, me and you for sure, going through and probably gonna be going through for a very long time.
Oh, I rebuke. I rebuke.
I think we're gonna be going. We already adults, so it's like we still going. I feel like how are we really gonna get rid of this for life? Like I don't know if that's ever gonna.
I'm gonna have to get an Accutane.
You know, I'm on Accutane right now, and I've heard, even though I think my Accutane is working really good, I had a friend who was on Accutane and she said her acne came back. So now that I'm on it, I'm like, oh shoot, like I really hoping that's like not my story.
Yeah.
But that's just, I guess, yeah, like I guess for some people it really does penetrate and work, like the average person, and then sometimes I guess like it just doesn't. But I don't know. But I wanted to ask you as well, like what were some of the worst treatments that you've done to treat your acne growing up?
I think home remedies was the worst, but no, I can name one. Proactive was the worst. Oh my gosh.
What is Proactive? I've
You never
heard,
seen
no,
Proactive?
I think I've seen like the commercials, but tell me like,
It was like a 3-step system. So one was like a cleanser, one was a toner, and then I think one was a scrub or a moisturizer. I don't know. I really don't remember, but I did Proactive. And I don't know, it just like burnt my skin. Like I felt like my skin was itchy and inflammatory and it didn't really work. Like I think maybe I had an allergic reaction to it, but yeah, I hated that. On top of that, I was just using like Neutrogena scrubs and like maybe like a moisturizer, but the Neutrogena scrubs was also burning as well.
yeah.
So I don't know, like nothing really worked. And then one time I went to the dermatologist when I was like 15 and she put me on some pills and like tretinoin. And that didn't work. So I just stopped using it. And then I tried to go back to home remedies and that still didn't work. So I feel like I was just going through that whole phase, that cycle of just try what you can, see if it works. If it don't work, just quit. Just find something that'll work. And then one day I just really locked in with the dermatologist with their regimen. And then my skin started clearing up.
Yeah, I think the home remedies for sure I agree with. I feel like there was a point in time where skincare was like a focal point in like the beauty industry in like years ago. Yeah, like 2014, 2015, 2016.
Yeah.
Because do you remember those facial spin brushes that were popular?
Oh my gosh.
I forgot what the company's name, but there was a very popular company that was like known for selling like those those spin brushes, but those were not good for the skin because it harbors bacteria and then it's harsh. Like you putting bristles, these hard bristles like on your skin. And then I remember what also was popular was the African black soap. I don't know if you've ever had that.
No, I used that a couple times and that burned.
I don't remember it burning. I remember it being itchy. Like I would put it on my face and I think I would let it sit and dry kind of and it would itch. And then I think I heard someone say that if it itching it, that means it working.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, no. But I remember that as well. And then I know probably the worst treatment that I tried to do was, it was given to me by someone close to me. And little did I know, I don't know if it was, I think it was a cream, but it was a steroid-based cream. And I had no idea. And the person who gave it to me told me, like, this is Shaitan, this is going to work perfectly. This can knock everything out.
They lied.
And I had no idea. Like, I'm listening to this person. I had no idea. It was steroid based. So when I put this on my skin, I don't know if it started working at first, but somewhere along the line, I probably had the worst breakout ever. When I tell you, like,
it was probably purging.
It was, bro, that wasn't no purge.
It wasn't no purge.
I don't think that was no purge. I had it so bad. Like
You probably allergic then.
Yes, I think I had an allergic reaction to it. It was worse because I've had purges of my skin and it was nowhere. It was way worse past that purge level. I used to have like yellow pussy pimples.
Cystic, like real bad cystic acne.
Yes, and they were big, and I would go into the bathroom and I would squeeze it and pop them, and 10 minutes later, it back on my skin.
No.
That's how bad it was. I wish I had a video to show you. I'm going to look and see if I have any videos, but it was so bad.
I remember when I had cystic acne real bad, I used to like wanted to stay home from school and like lay under my covers because I didn't want nobody to see my face. Like it just really brought me down.
I could say though, yeah, but I don't think no one ever made fun of me for having acne, because a lot of us in high school was like struggling with acne and trying to find like the best remedies as well. So I can't really say that people used to pick on me or like make fun of me for having any type of acne. To be honest, it's not that I remember. Everyone was just like probably trying to put me on to new treatment and stuff like that anyway. So I don't remember being picked on.
So the people around you also had acne?
A few people, yeah. Like, I don't think theirs was as bad as mine. Some people's own were, but like not everyone had like terrible, terrible acne. But I didn't feel alone. Let me just put it like that. Like there was never a time I felt truly alone.
That's actually crazy because nobody around me had acne but me.
In high school?
High school,
Or whenever it is you had it?
Yeah, high school, middle school.
I could see people not having acne in middle school. That's very young.
I went to school with a lot of people and they had good skin. I don't know. Like, but I went to private school for high school, so maybe that was a factor. I don't know. But like when I say private school, I went to school for I went to a PWI, and so it was probably not a lot of like of color kids there. I was the oddball out. But I think people was just trying to keep me down. Like they was teasing me because they knew I was going to look this good in the future. So they wanted to bring down my self-esteem.
Okay.
But you know,
So would you say now that your acne has gotten better, like as in like the outbreaks that you may have as an adult, you think they've gotten way better? Do you think better?
Yeah, they got better. I don't really have like outbreaks anymore. Like cystic acne, I used to have real bad. Now I don't really have like a big bump appearing on my face anymore. Like you'll rarely see that. The only time you'll see that is like if I get braids, because I think I'm allergic to like the hair.
You did tell me you think you were allergic to like the synthetic hair.
Yeah. So I feel like the only time you'll see me with like a big bump is if I have braids and it's like all in my face all the time. Or maybe if I drink a soda, but I rarely drink soda anymore. I do.
Do you ever got like acne or pimples as a like on a side effect maybe for your cycle? No, not a side effect. Sorry, a symptom.
No,
I never. Cycle's coming on.
No, I never had that.
I think that was that's like to this day one of my tells that my time of month is approaching. The pimples, and it's always in the same spot.
The same spot.
The same spot. So that's how I know. Let's talk about our dermatologist journey.
Over.
So how long have you been going to the dermatologist or seeing a dermatologist? How consistent have you been with your treatment? What were like the treatment plans and how did they work for you? Like, let's just hear about Dominique's dermatologist journey.
Okay, so I'm 24 now. I think I went to the dermatologist at 15. So that's 9 years of me going to the dermatologist. Probably like 15 to 17, I can say I wasn't too consistent with what they gave me, but 17 to 24, I have definitely been consistent. So, I actually switched dermatologists back at like 18, I would say. So I went back to my original dermatologist that I seen at 15, and she got my skin right. She put me on, I was on another medication. It wasn't spironolactone, but it was something else. It was another one. You know, you probably was on it too. It wasn't spironolactone. It was the one before that.
Is it benzoyl peroxide?
No, it was a pill.
Oh, I don't know the name of the pills. I only remember barely like the cream set.
It made you sick though, like if you didn't take food.
Take food. I know exactly what pill you're talking about, but I don't know the name.
And so I was on that pill at first, and I think I was on like 100 milligrams. And then I was also on a benzoyl peroxide like gel in the morning time. And then I was also on track at night. So I've really been on the same regimen for the past 5 to 6 years. So I feel like it really worked. Took away my acne. But I definitely have to say I had to stay consistent, and we have like brought up the doses or moved the doses of the pills, because sometimes the doses would be too high, sometimes the doses would be too low.
Yeah.
So you had to change that. Sometimes we also change the dose of the tretinoin, because sometimes it can be like 0.15, 0.25. I think the lower it is, the stronger it is. So if you want like 0.15, it's really going to be strong. So it can actually dry out your skin, like make it hella like very, like you can have dry patches all the time. So I think sometimes we change that because in the wintertime, I would have to like have a higher dose because my skin gets dry in the winter. So I had to have a higher dose because it's not going to dry out as much.
Yeah.
But in the summertime, I could go to a low dose and I'll be perfectly fine because I have like combination skin. So in the summertime, I get oily. In the wintertime, I get dry.
Okay.
So I think that really worked. And yeah, now I'm on the same treatment. So I'm on spironolactone now. I think I take 100 milligrams of that in the morning time. After that, I use my benzoyl peroxide.
You still have benzoyl peroxide?
It's another gel, but it's the same thing in it.
I don't think I'm still on Oh, okay. I'm on a different dermatologist journey. Sorry. Continue.
So I have that gel I put on after I wash my face. And then after that, I put on moisturizer. I use Charlotte Tilbury moisturizer. That works. And then I put on like a Korean sunscreen. So that's really good. And then in the nighttime, I wash my face again and then I put on tretinoin. I put it in the tret. And then after that, yeah, I just lay down. I think
How many steps was that, you think? Let's count that.
That was actually, it wasn't that much. Wash my face, benzoyl peroxide gel, moisturizer, 3.
Okay, do you use sunscreen?
Yeah, sunscreen, 4.
Yeah, sunscreen. And anyone who knows you need to wear your sunscreen.
Oh, excuse me.
Especially if you're trying to get rid of those dark marks.
I wear sunscreen, yes. Oh, I also have a under eye cream I put on as well for my dark circles. But I think everybody has dark circles.
Okay.
And then that's 4 steps for my morning routine. My nighttime routine, I just wash my face and then I put on my tret. But also, I kind of upgraded it. So I got a Peter Thomas Roth mask, and it's a sulfuric mask. It's because I have real bad sebaceous filaments in my nose. For real. And it's like, it gets really white, and I hate it. So I have a sulfuric mask that I put on like probably 2 times a week. And it's supposed to take all the sebaceous filaments out. I think it's working.
Every time you say sebaceous filaments, I don't know. I just have to laugh.
I don't know why.
It's just so funny. So have you ever had a chemical peel?
No, but you know what I do? I do get facials, and I get like dermabladed facials. So like they shave my face.
And how long have you been getting these facials? And
I get them once a month.
Like, what do they do for your skin? How do you feel like it works for you?
I think my skin is actually pretty glowy after each facial. I can tell.
Seeing them in person.
Yeah. We can upload a video to show y'all too. They work.
Yeah. I like your facials a lot.
Yeah.
I think I've been scared of anyone touching my skin in that way, like consistently, because it's like, I just don't play with my I've already gone through so much with my skin. I just don't want a lot of people touching it. So at this point, it's like I just let the dermatologist touch it.
You gotta
if they touch it, which they rarely do.
An esthetician and stick to them. Like, you can't just like bounce around. You gotta find one you really like, who's really good, who's thorough, and then they can create like a regimen along with your dermatologist regimen, and they can use that.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Well, I had a chemical peel. I think I had a few chemical peels that were administered to me by my dermatologist, because I think that was, I don't know, maybe that was like my first or second time. No, actually, I think that may have been around the steroid outbreak that I had. I can't be too sure, but there was a time definitely when I had like the chemical peel, but I will say I don't think I had like the more powerful chemical peels. Like, you know how people like they shed like a snake? That was not me, like at all. I think I just had like a little flaky, like flakes on my skin for the most part, because we were trying to get rid of like my dark marks. So I just had like the dark marks would be like flaky and I could be able to peel them off. But in terms of me having like a fully like new shedded skin, like I didn't have that at all. So I was grateful for that experience. I would definitely do it again if it was like a similar chemical peel that I got, because maybe because I was young as well, they didn't want to give me like
level 5.
Exactly, 500,000 levels chemical peel. But I remember though that we used to have swimming in high school because we had a pool, and in the beginning of the year and at the end of the year we had swimming. So I think it was like nearing the end of the year, or maybe it was in the beginning of the year. It was during like the swimming time, and I was not allowed to like go into the pool. So I remember I was very happy I got to skip swimming because I sucked at swimming. So I was so happy. Even I used to tell my pediatricians, oh, I can't go into the water. I have a chemical peel. I go into a dermatologist treatment and I need to stay out of chlorine because my skin is going to react to it really badly. And I definitely, I think I was gassing it up a little bit, not going to lie. I do think that I was being a little dramatic.
Not gonna lie.
Not gonna lie. I think I was being dramatic, but I'm very happy I was able to skip swimming because I was dealing with a lot with my skin and I genuinely didn't want like that dirty chlorine pool to mess me up or anything like that. So I do remember that being a positive of the chemical peels and the acne in high school for me.
So, do you think like your acne is hereditary? Like, does your family have any other skin disease,
Or skin disease.
or do you think they have one?
So on my mom's side, that side of the family had a lot of like molds, I would say. Now we have diseases that run in my family, of course, like cancer, diabetes, high blood pressure. We get everything. But I don't know about any skin diseases. I'm not too sure of any of those. But I do know that my mother has varicose veins. Now that I actually remember it. Have you ever seen those varicose veins?
Yeah, my mother got them too.
Yeah, it's like those really, but my mommy owned really bad. And it's always made her like a little insecure growing up because it was just all on her legs and they're just so like big.
Yeah.
So I guess that's like a skin condition. And then her dad was like a very like moldy guy. Like he had molds all over his skin. And like as I'm getting older, I'm noticing that I have more molds that are popping up on my face.
Yeah.
Every time I look in the mirror, it's like, this wasn't here before.
Yeah.
And then on my dad's side, I feel like he has like cystic acne. But I don't know, maybe it's just so different from men, but he doesn't get like the outbreaks that I really like I used to get or that I get. It's like randomly 1 month he would have a really big cyst on his face, or 6 months later he'd have like a really big cyst like on his arm or like somewhere along his body. And then my brothers were like very similar. So I do think that it's like a family kind of thing happening with me for sure, with the cysts and then the pimples. But like it is what it is. I think I've done a pretty good job at handling it.
I don't know. I don't think my family has like any hereditary skin disease. Other than my father having acne and it transferring to me,
Oh, we spoke about your dermatologist journey.
Yeah. What about yours?
Okay, so mine, like I said, I started in high school. I had one dermatologist throughout high school. I think at one point in college, I was even using her too, like when I would go back home. But she had me like on the exact same like treatment, the benzoyl peroxide, you had the retin A, you had the hydroquinone, like dark spot removal cream. And then obviously like you have like the sunscreen that you gotta wear and then your regular facial wash. And then now, at the beginning of this year, I started the Accutane. And my dermatologist decided that it was something that would have been good for me because I was telling him how all throughout my like high school years, I would do good and then flare up, and I'd have good skin and then flare up. So he was saying that the problem that I'm having is like deeper within the skin. So he wanted a treatment that would have penetrated my skin a little bit more, and he recommended the Accutane. I think it's been going pretty good. Not gonna lie to you, I think I am very tired though of like taking pills every single day. I get so tired and exhausted, but it's like every time I look in the mirror and I see this good skin, I'm like, okay, it's worth it. But I think it's been working. I think I'm on month 7 or 6 now. 6 or 7, and it's like it's like a 12 to 16 months, so 12 to 14 month treatment. So I'm looking forward to seeing how like my skin, like how it stays like after I get off the treatment, and if it's actually like really permanent or not. Like I'm excited for that. But I do think that this is a good treatment that I'm on. I've always had pretty good treatments. Like the skin always was clear, you know.
Oh.
But I feel like hopefully this time it actually does penetrate deeper and it could last.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Alleviate the problem that's inside.
Exactly. But yes, shout out to Dr. Mittal. That's his name.
Oh my God.
They're in Minnesota.
Minnesota.
I go like
Virtually?
Yeah. I didn't even know he was all the way in Minnesota. When I was looking for dermatologists, I just wanted to go online. Like I wanted a virtual appointment. I didn't know it was virtual because he was in Minnesota.
I think we are all done here.
Yay!
But I just wanted to say to all my girlies that are having acne right now, stick to a regimen. Get facials if you can afford them. And like, just learn to love yourself. Learn to embrace it and be confident in who you are. Because nobody can make you feel less than if you know who you are. So yeah, stay up, guys.
Know that greater is coming for you and your skin.
Because we're all beautiful in our own way. And it's not what's on the outside, it's what's on the inside. But the outside definitely, it could play a part,
It definitely does.
I'm not going to hold you. Pretty privilege sometimes does exist.
It does. But
So
yeah,
just
just know greater is coming. Like, I feel like it's not going to last forever for the average human being.
Yeah, it's not. Be like, this time is passing. That's something I always tell myself.
You
when
in a
times are
season.
hard.
This is just a season for you, sister.
Hallelujah.
Right.
Taking the church.
I agree.
But yeah, y'all.
So thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of
Girl for True.
We cannot wait to see you guys on the next episode, and we will see you all later.
Yes.
See you, girlies. Bye.